Hey Lennies and bunny lovers, so today I'm bringing you guys and Lennon to UCLA, my alma mater. This is the #1 public university in the United States, and it's such a beautiful university. I love the campus so much, so I think this will be nice for you guys to just come on campus with me and check things out.
She's super soft.
I don't want to interrupt.
No, that's fine. What's up?
I love Lennon. Actually, my first bunny looked a lot like Lennon. I was just telling her, like, oh yeah, there's this YouTuber that has a bunny, and I follow her. And
Oh, that's so.
showing me the pictures. I've been wanting
What?
to bring mine. Because I had Oreo, my first bunny, and he was in a cage. That always felt weird, because I'm vegan also, so like, I always, you know.
Yeah.
So when I adopted my second bunny, like I saw that it was possibly because of you that we can free roam them. So I have two and they're free roamers.
Oh,
Totally 100%.
that's amazing. I'm so happy.
Yeah. And I think
Great.
Lennon helped a bit.
Aw, I'm so glad. So happy to hear
Yeah.
stories like that.
Do you want if we can take a picture?
Of course.
Alright guys, so here we are at UCLA at one of the most beautiful university campuses. It is the most applied to college in the entire country. I think they get like over 100,000 applications every year, which is bizarre to me. And I know many of you are interested in applying here or coming here down the line. So I kind of wanted to talk about my UCLA journey, which in a way kind of started at the same time as my bunnyhood journey with Lennon. It's really weird to try and like film and talk when like people are walking by and like staring at me with my rabbit. I was a late bloomer with college. I didn't go straight out of high school. I moved to LA at 21. I came here to pursue music. As many of you know, I'm a musician. And a couple years down the road, I decided I would enroll at my local community college. Basically because like my dad and my mom and all these other people like were pressuring me into it. I'm not gonna lie. I did it because everyone was telling me that like I needed an education. And I don't fully disagree with that looking back on it, but I resisted like as long as I possibly could because I'm like very anti-establishment. I'm very anti the college industry. I was like, no, I'm gonna make it in life without a degree, blah, 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 blah. What started off as like just taking one class for fun and like not knowing really what I was gonna study or anything, that eventually turned into 2 classes, and that then turned to 3, and that turned into 4, and eventually I was like going to school full time. I decided that I would transfer to a 4-year university and get that degree. I had already kind of gone halfway, you know what I mean? So I did wind up applying to 4 universities in California, and I got into all of them to my surprise. I was very emotional when I saw that I had been accepted to UCLA. I cried, and you know, I just never thought that I would get accepted into a college like this, let alone any college really. I grew up with a very low self-esteem, and I didn't think I was very smart. I did terrible on my SATs, so it really kind of showed me that perseverance and hard work really can pay off. And and belief in yourself can really pay off. Even my college counselor tried to dissuade me from applying to UCLA. He was like, yeah, they really just accept like 4.0s and you kind of have to be like a genius to get in. And I don't know about you guys, but when someone tells me I can't do something, I'm like, watch me. I worked my butt off at community college, really brought up my GPA, wrote a really great essay. I think that's what got me in, honestly, was the essay. It's really easy to stand out in community college if you're ambitious and you work hard. And, I personally found that I took college more seriously as an adult than when I was a teenager or a kid. I actually sat down and studied and memorized what I needed to memorize and read what I needed to read. And I wanted to just write like the best damn papers I could write. A lot of my professors, were actually working at other prestigious universities and like doing the adjunct professor thing part-time. So I was getting that great quality education at, literally a fraction of the price. And the great thing is I was really able to bring a lot of that film knowledge, production knowledge, how to operate a camera, how to edit, all of that I learned in school through taking film classes. And that's why storytelling is so important to me, and really putting on a great video is so important to me. That was 2015, so I was like 25, 26. Incidentally, the same year that I got Lennon, and that was when my bunnyhood journey began. And it was really hard to balance all of those things. Keep in mind, I was also working full-time, guys. So I was working full-time, going to school full-time. I was having to make sure that she was like surviving every day while I was going to work and school and doing all these things. I'd like be here for my morning classes, and then I'd have to like jet across the city in like rush hour traffic to get to my desk job where I'd pop my laptop open, and that's where I would edit my videos, guys. That's kind of where everything started. So then I'd come home and make sure that like Lennon was good and feed her dinner. I'm a big believer of where there's a will, there's a way. And the great thing about the bunnies is they're crepuscular. And so when I was gone, she was pretty much napping anyway. And that's kind of how I was able to get away with it a little bit. And I also had a pet cam so I could monitor her throughout the day. My recommendation to you guys who are trying to balance school, maybe extracurricular things or work, whatever it is, just make the time for your bunnies during their active hours. That is, to me, is more important than being at home when they're napping. But the nice thing about, having a bunny, like while I was in school, like bunnies are so peaceful and quiet that it's so easy to like study around them. And I'd just be like writing my papers, and she'd be like at the foot of my bed. I could just hang out with her. I always made sure Lennon's water was filled to the brim before I walked out the door. Make sure their hay is always replenished. Can't thank her enough for really getting me through all those challenging times. She's a trooper, and I even have a little picture of us together when I graduated. But yeah, this is just a great campus to come to. I sometimes come here when I'm like having a bad day or not feeling so well, and I just walk around or I lay on the grass. There's just so many beautiful things to look at, and it's so peaceful and clean and safe. So I wanted to really bring you guys along and show you my little buzz-kept secret, even though it's not really a secret, but it kind of is. And I know it's like a weird time because of the pandemic and everything. They're doing everything online, and so I thought this would be a really nice time to come here because it wasn't going to be just crowded with people.